So g'day all. Thanks to TopSport doing big race previews for Rose Hill on Saturday. And we're going to look at the big one, the $7.5 million Golden Eagle for the 4-year-olds over the 1,500. I've got Mark Rhoden on the line to have a run through it. How you going, Mark?
Yes, very well, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, as I said, the big one for tomorrow. How do you think obviously the prize money is one thing, but how do you think the field quality stacks up in general?
It's okay. It's not $7.5 million worth, but it's another option for these 4-year-olds, and they've probably done about as well as they can. It's probably not the greatest group of 4-year-olds of all time, anyway. So it doesn't matter how much money you throw at it, you can only get what's available. And I think they've probably done about the best they can in the circumstances.
Fair enough. Little bit of rain around in Sydney this week.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial. It's heavy 8 now. Not much around this afternoon, according to the forecast, but overnight it looks like there could be 10 to 20 mils. That's going to be critical. If they get 20 and it's down to a 9 or a 10, that's going to be one thing. But if they miss and it's a 7 or an improving 7, then that's a completely different state of affairs. So that's going to weigh heavily on what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, just looking at TopSport's market. So, yeah, Friday morning we're recording. Funstar, $5.50 favourite from Colette at $6, Alligator Blood at $7, Sierra Sue at $9.50, and then Flip Nice Bath at $14, the best of the rest. Might just start with your map. How do you think the speed will be?
Not sure. I've had to... I've just assumed the emergencies won't be running. If Fender was running the emergencies, who would lead them, but he's a million to one to get a run. So I think the go forward horses seem to be Riodini, Alligator Blood, Just Thinking, and I think Funstar presses on from 22, which she did in the Epsom from a wide gate. So I think that'll be the way to go. I probably don't want to lead on Alligator Blood, but I think they have to sort of put him up there and then see what happens. I guess Just Thinking might take it up. He's sort of been mixing his distances a bit, and he's back to 1,500. But I think he's probably the logical leader, or the stablemate Riodini might even push up from here in 7 into that spot and take it up from the stablemate and let the others sort it out behind him.
Yeah, so a little bit of speed on.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be breakneck, but I mean, just with the field that size, you'll probably get a decent amount of speed in it.
As I said, TopSport have got fairly wide open. Funstar $5.50 from Colette at $6 and Alligator Blood at $7. Do you agree largely at the top of the market, or?
Well, not about Colette. I do, but with Funstar, who's drifting, it was in as short as 440 yesterday by the look of it, and sort of taken a set against it. I wonder, and as I said, what happens rain-wise overnight is going to be telling, because I've been waiting for this race for Alligator Blood all spring, and now we've got to race eve, and I want to be against him on a heavy track. I just can't find any evidence that he's a wet tracker, reading or anything. So if it improved, I'd have to bring him in and not be as hard against him. But if it is a 9 or a 10, I mean, they're going to run him anyway because of the money, but I'd be almost prepared to put the pen through him.
Okay.
Conversely, Funstar does handle the wet. So the wetter it is, the more advantage she's got over those at the top of the market. Colette didn't have much luck and ran well in the Epsom. And wet is good for her. I can't see how she's the same price as Funstar, or virtually the same price as Funstar at level weights. That just at 1,500, that makes no sense. She must be looking for more ground now. I think, I think they've been blinded by the prize money, and this is not. If this race didn't exist, there's no way she'd be running in 1,500 metre races at this stage of her preparation. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I think she gross under. Don't like the jockey change much either. Can't come at her. Like I said, a lot of this depends on the weather. If it gets, if it is 8 or worse, Brandenburg and Riodini will handle it. They're both big odds. Brandenburg ran a place in the Doncaster in the autumn on heavy.
Yep.
Riodini's won on an 8 in New Zealand, which you would assume is pretty wet, and it'll be up on pace all the way. So it could run a race at around the $19 mark.
Yeah, Reedini 19 and Brandenburg 31 at the moment.
Yeah. Ice Bath's the interesting one. It was $26 earlier in the week, but it's tightened into probably something resembling its right price now. But clearly loves the wet. Absolutely trotted in on the heavy track last Saturday. Coming in on the 7-day backup, fit in form, and if it gets its conditions, can run well. That it's got a chance if it stays wet. What else do we want there?
Sierra Sue was the other one at $9.50 with TopSport.
Yeah, she'd need to improve. There was a good win, good sections at Flemington last start, and she got a very good run through. And now strikes a wet track. This is a much stronger race too, so that concern me. But she does look to be on an upward spiral. But I think that potential is priced in at $9.50 personally. Yep. Let me see. Flitz, wet, no problem. Just looks like from 17 she's going to get a hell of a long way back, I think, here. I'll go to blood and, those horses first up. So on form, she's there or thereabouts, but I think the map looks a bit tricky. It's all these horses in the, about the 20 to 30 odd range seem to be in a bunch. Creadiris, Batiga, I thought was slaughtered last start, and won't mind the wet. It could run a race. There's a whole host of sort of half and place chances in this.
Yeah.
But I can't really be more guide than to say if it's heavy, if it's genuine heavy 8 or worse, I'll probably take the punt on Funstar from her wide gate. I think the Epsom has to be the strongest lead up into this, and she ran second in it, and she's well placed at set weight. So if we do strike an 8 or worse, I think that gives her a pretty good edge on the other ones at the top of the market. Okay. If it's high, I'll have to reassess that, and things like Alligator Blood will come back into play. All
right, and yeah, as you mentioned, there's a couple down the order at odds which might offer a bit of value.
Yeah, 2 and 5. If that's, I'd like an 8 or 9 for them. Brandenburg and Reodini, numbers 2 and 5. But if it is really wet, they can run well, and they're pretty big odds.
Good stuff. Thanks for that, Mark. Good summary and a few pointers there for the punters. So look forward to it, and we'll get your members' updates in the morning.
Excellent. No worries. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.